Okay guys, while I'm here, the weather's awful, but just the easiest way to work on this tempo thing and a 5 o'clock nose, just get a wedge. Just hit a couple of 70, 80 yard wedges, 3/4 wedges, and really work on the tempo. Just here, 5 o'clock nose, lay back, just a couple of those, and it's good because I'm working on my grip. So here we are. Now even with that wind, guys, there's a marker out there at 90, and that's pitched right on that marker. Right on it. Okay. Really slow, Jade. A lot of 5 o'clock nose. How'd you like that tempo for a wedge? I could tell you anything, guys, but that's a foot from the marker. Now I don't do that all the time, but if I'm hitting a shot to that marker out there and I'm practicing, I want to hit it in a 15-foot circle around that marker. From here, 90 metres, 20-foot circle, 10 feet either side, 10 feet short, 10 feet long. That's it, and that's my 20-foot circle. And then it gives me a 10-foot putt either side of the hole. Gives me a 20-foot width that I can hit it in. Should be able to do that at 90 metres. Okay, watch this, guys. Come on. 10-foot putt. And the good thing about that, guys, that wind is ripping across here. And I do things unconsciously. What am I doing here? Because I know the wind's coming across here and the ball's going to get up in the air and it's going to move the ball this way. So what do? Here, pinky up. As I come through the shot, it's pinky up, hold the face open a little bit and hold the ball into the wind. I don't want pinky under or pinky back in the normal release, otherwise I'd sling it and I'd sling it past with a slinging action. That's what I do. For me to work the ball, guys, is pinky up, here, through the ball. When I want to draw it, I sling, I pull the pinky back this way, pinky back. Or thumb into the ground. Okay, I'll just hit a little slinger in there, a little right to left slinger. A little bit of... See the release here, guys? Look. Yeah, just... I don't know much, about a 3 metre draw back into that wind. But you can see the release factor is entirely different. Now a lot of people will notice with me when I'm playing wedge shots, even if I'm playing a little shot, if I'm playing just a little shot, I'm very wide in my stance. I never get, if I'm pitching to a green, I never get my feet like that. You know why? Because I don't feel stable. People say, you know, you don't look like you can play the way you pitch the ball. Could you look like a social player or a 20 handicapper because you're like that? Well, I can really pitch the ball. I can pitch it really straight. And the reason I can do that, guys, I've got great stability. I don't have a lot of stability with my feet together, and my feet and my knees want to be mobile. So you think about that. If I'll hit a little one here, it's about 35 yards to that flag there. Most people want to get, I get here. Look, that's me. That's the width for me. Now that's jamming it in there to get a bit of bite on it. A little shot like that, hitting it that hard, I've got to jam it and put a bit of jam spin on it. Whereas I normally normally just nip spin it. There's a difference between a jam spin where I really want to hammer it and a sort of a trap spin on hitting down on it like that and take that little divot, or I have just a little what I call a nip spin shot. And I'm just pulling the club through on a little nip spin. Now that's got as much spin on it, believe that's got as much spin as that jam spin. But I've just nipped it. But I've nipped it with the blade a little bit open, so I put a little, you know, a little sort of feather spin on it. But that had, you know, the same spin as that other one, and the other one was a gougy shot. All right, we hit a full wedge. Nice tempo, 5 o'clock nose, a bit of layback. And 120. Come on, Jack. Clamp that, that's about 135. But I really hit that hard. Ooh, that's long. That's long. Okay, now I want to hit it like that, but I want to hit it I want to hit it slow like that. I mean, that was a you know, I can feel the speed on that. Don't need the speed. Come on, James. Slow it down. Practice what you preach. Come on. There it is. Now, guys, that's 130. 135. Now, that has to look leisurely. And this is how you learn it. Don't pick up a 5-iron or a 4-iron or anything. Just get this and just 5 o'clock nose and hang back. That's it. That's the wedge I want to hit. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. See the hang back, guys? That's perfect shot. That's about 130 metres. Now these wedges and tail is pretty strong. I don't try and hit the wedge. That normally I'm about a 125. You know, I usually try and hit 3/4 wedges. I don't try and bomb them. I can hit this 140. But I never try and do that. I've never tried. I'm strong enough to do it, but I just don't like to do that. I'd rather just hit that shot. And who wants to hit a wedge 140 metres? That's 151 yards. Who wants to do that? Well, probably a lot of people do, but I don't. Watch this. And Matt Gray, Matty, if you're watching this, those Hogan irons look superb. Absolutely fantastic. But buddy, I've got to tell you, and I'm using Metalas here, but the only reason I'm not into the 1-length cobblers, I believe they're the best golf clubs in the world for me. They just make the game so easy. And a lot of people have trouble with the short irons, the 9-iron and the wedge, gap wedge and sand iron, because they're 7-iron length. But mate, I just go up and down the grip. If I want to hit a little knockdown wedge, I just go down 3 or 4 inches down the grip. I just move up and down, but I can hit that wedge if I want to 145 because it's 7-iron length. But I can go up and down. I can vary that by 30 or 40 yards just by going up, and I can't do that with a normal wedge. So that's what I like about the 1-length clubs. Yeah, so that's where I'll be. I just think they make the game easy for me. But if I was going to play a conventional golf club, I've got to say that those new Hogans look exquisite. Oh, don't blow it over. Come on. Okay, come on. Watch this for tempo, guys. You probably can't hear that on this audio, but I mean, that's really good contact. Now that ground's really hard, and when you want to clamp it with these tailors have got a fair bit of sole on them, and you can really feel the ground coming back at you when you put a bit of clamp on it. Hard ground. Come on, Joe. 5 o'clock nose, hang back, and big tempo. That'll do me. And I got good hang back there. Guys, they don't move. There's none of this. And the comment that Matt Gray made this morning. And Matt's shooting lights out. He's shooting 5, 6, 7 under. Just about every time he plays. He's a good player. And it's great to see a really good player take to channel lock the way he has. And the comment that he made, he said, look, he knows his ball flight's never going to change. And he and Bill Phillips practice together a lot. And Bill was saying, look, he said, if you had a blind here and we were both hitting, people would see the ball going out and the ball flight looks the same for both of us. Now that's exactly the same with Mr. X and myself. Our ball flight's identical. But Mr. X, like Matt Gray, to Bill, is longer than I am with the irons. Oh, and much longer with the driver and the rescues. But it's interesting, up to sort of 6-iron, 5-iron now, there's hardly any difference in Mr. X and myself. But over 5-iron, 4-iron, 3-iron, you know, rescue, he's 30 yards on me. But up to there, I mean, I'm almost level pegging with him. But he just doesn't try and hit those clubs very hard. Neither do I. But the point I was making there, if you practice together with another player that's a good quality, or your quality of player, that's the way to really see improvement. And you can gauge your improvement against the other player. Mr. X and I have competitions here in the afternoons, and you know, he blows me off the map for distance, but our ball flight is almost exactly the same. And there's a pro here that's a very good player, played in the Australian Open on the weekend and won a couple of PGA events here in Australia early in the year. Won the PGA, the state PGA in Victoria this year. So he's a good player and a great ball striker. But you see him hit the ball, and you see Mr. X's ball flight, there's no difference. And that guy's a top line tour player. There's just no difference in it. But I think on occasions Mr. X's ball flight is better. So, you know, channel lock can get good results. Where the Australian Open was last weekend, guys, I played there sort of every second weekend for about 10 years. The Lakes Golf Course in Sydney. Tough track, especially when the wind blows. They were blessed this week in the Australian Open, no wind, essentially. Oh, one day it was a little bit, but not much. Okay, last shot. Come on, JH, you don't want the camera to blow over. Come on, last words. Really, really good pause. That'll do me, guys. Okay, guys, so just get a wedge out and try and do it, because it's much easier to build tempo with a wedge. And hallelujah, the camera didn't get blown over.